right, in this video, we're going to go ahead and look at some important things that are going to be different from the homework and the quizzes. So I'm going to come back into my lab math all assignments again. I'm going to open it up. And only because this is one that is not assigned to you, I'm going to go ahead and get to the assignment this way. All right, so the first thing to note here is due dates and the time limit. There are time limits on quizzes. If you need more time, just let me know, and I can always change the time limit within reason. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start the test. And it's going to be very similar to what we did in the homework. Okay. For this one, I'm not going to answer all the questions, but I am going to answer some of them. And I don't remember which answer box I clicked on. I'm going to go to list the irrational numbers, and in this, it is square root of 7. I'm going to click enter. And I'm going to do the rational numbers. So rational numbers, we got -3. We want to separate them with commas. We want -2 over 7. Again, to get out of the fraction, I want to use the arrow key down at the bottom. 0 is rational. 0.2 is rational. 8.5 is rational. And so is square root of 64. Again, to get out of the square root, we want to move our cursor over so that it is outside of the square root. I'm also going to go ahead and type in the integers, and I'm going to go -3, and I'm just going to press enter, and we'll call it a day on that one. It says you have not completed all parts of the question. Are you sure you want to leave? I'm going to go ahead and select yes, but just note that that means the other parts will be marked incorrect. All right, if we go to perform the indicated division, make sure that you read the instructions. And if you are not sure, zoom in so that you can actually tell the difference between division and plus. That's one of the common mistakes that people make. I'm going to type in -7. Click the next. This one, I'm going to do $196. Next. I'm going to do 1 over 10. Now, this is one of the things I do want to point out. It says you have not shown your work. So just to let you know, there's 2 ways that you can do this. The first way that I want you to do it, that I prefer, is if you do your work on paper and send it via email. Now, if you have a tablet where you can easily write on your screen, then you may do this. You can come down to where it says show work, but this is going to be very similar to Paint. So if I want, I can hit the pi button, and it's going to go ahead and pull up mathematical symbols. So for instance, I can go, I don't even remember what the problem was, but I'm just going to go ahead and type in what I know the answer to be. And I don't remember what I did with my keyboard. And so this is very challenging to do if you are trying to type in this program. This is why I don't like you to do it this way. But if you are able to draw easily, you can go ahead and do this. Now, this does not count as showing your work. All I did was type my answer. That is not showing your work. You need to have the original problem and show the steps. But I'm going to go ahead and press save and go ahead and submit it. This is also a show your work problem, but I am just going to type in my final answer. I'm going to hit next, and I've decided that I want to send my pictures via email so that I don't have to deal with the show your work. And that's perfectly fine. All you have to do is press continue and you're good. -2, I'm going to plot it by moving the point using my mouse, or since I have a touch screen, using my finger. And from there, I'm going to go ahead and submit the quiz. From here, there are a couple things that you should note. So, for instance, question 1, I can kind of see how this is graded by the program. Question 1, I got partial credit on that. That's that check/X, which means partial credit. 2 and 6 are correct. They have check marks. Question 3 was wrong. But if you look at question 4 and 5, it has a different symbol, which is a yellow circle. These were the show your work problems, and these problems are not graded until I, the instructor, go in and check your work. You can still check your answers though. If you click on the question, notice 1/10. I do not see any kind of mark in the answer box, which means that my answer's correct. It's just a matter of, was my work comprehensive? If we go to question 5, same thing. My answer is correct. There's no mark in the top right corner of the answer box. And so I do know that at least my answer was correct. If I go to question 3, on the other hand, it does have a mark in the top right box, which means that the answer is wrong. Now the answer shown here is the correct one, and just like before, you can either hover over or click on the answer box, and you can see what you answered. This is the first way that you can go ahead and review your quizzes. Now, if you are going back afterwards, notice that if I come in here, it's just going to say start the test again. I can't get into my previous attempts from this menu. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into Canvas, and I'm going to go to the MyMathLab Gradebook. If you go into MyMathLab Gradebook, you can see all of the assignments that you have completed. So notice I have them here. And from here we can go click on Review. You cannot make changes when you are accessing the assignments from the gradebook, but you can still go in and review them. And so for instance here, I can look at all of my questions. Notice it says I answered nothing, and it tells me what the correct answer is. D and E I got correct. F I did not. And same thing, if we go to question 4, it does not have that check mark. It has not been graded yet. Notice that it is still an open circle. It does not have a check mark or an X, which means that it is still waiting to be graded. I do my best to grade these as quickly as possible, but don't wait for me to grade it before you review it, okay? All right, so that is quizzes, and that is how you can access them to review them. All right, I think that's all I want to go over in terms of kind of helping you get started. Now, you do not have to do that particular That is not the only way to access the assignments. You should be able to access the assignments even in the modules. And it should launch it. If it is not launching, try using the MyMathLab module that's available in the assignment deadlines to see if it works that way. You may also need to check your browser settings. And if you're having trouble accessing any assignments, please contact me and I will do my best to help you get into them. Just a reminder right now, everybody is registering for MyMathLab, so the program is going to be overwhelmed at certain parts of the day. If it's not working, contact me, but also check back later to see if you have any luck later in the day. All right, that's it. And remember that if you have any questions, feel free to come to the Zoom meetings. Those have been posted. And I will hopefully talk to you soon.